Oh, I'm Kelly Thomas, and this is my audience. Is it really possible to understand the expanse of what students are learning based on reading and math scores? Is reform brought about by standardized testing actually helping the disadvantaged schools and students it claims to? Is the pressure brought on by standardized tests actually harming both teaching and learning? There are many, many different answers to all these questions, along with the many different opinions. Whether it's helping students get information they need and helping teachers teach students, or whether it's harming them both, with too much pressure and stress and not enough of what they need to know. Some even believe it's an unfair way of recording students' and teachers' progress. They say that determining the quality of a child's education based on two subjects alone, being reading and math, is ridiculously unfair. Doing this ignores other subjects that some students excel more in, subjects that other students are better in. The way others see it on the other side of this argument is that people who make up standardized tests are very talented and smart people. They are trying to create an assessment tool that permits someone to make a valid inference about the knowledge and skills that a student has. They compare it to national samples of students of the same age and grade level. Items that do the best job of discriminating among students are those answered correctly by at least half the students. Developers of the test try to avoid questions that are answered correctly by too many or too few students. I found that both sides of this argument, people that like it and people that don't, both agree there is a tremendous amount of pressure and stress. Education leaders, teachers, administration, and parents say that these tests are way too much pressure and stress for everyone involved. In reality, these tests aren't made to be stressful. It's them, teachers, parents, and administration, that are actually causing all the stress and pressure for themselves and students. Despite all the evidence of the flaws, bias, and inaccuracies of standardized exams, also No Child Left Behind and related state and federal policies, such as Race to the Top and the No Child Left Behind waivers, have pressured schools to use tests to measure student learning, achievement gaps in teachers and school qualities, and to impose sanctions based on test scores. This is on top of using tests to determine if children are ready for school, track them into instructional levels, diagnose learning disabilities and other handicaps, and decide whether to promote, retain and grade, or graduate. School systems also use tests to guide and control curriculum, content, and teaching. Measurement experts agree that no test is good enough to serve as the sole or primary basis for any of these important educational decisions. In many districts, standardized exams results have become the single most important indicator of school performance. As a result, teachers and administrators feel enormous pressure to ensure that test scores rise every year. Schools narrow and manipulate the curriculum to match the tests, while teachers tend to cover only what is likely to be on the next exam. Methods of teaching conform to the multiple choice format. The pressure is so great that a growing number of administrators and teachers have engaged in various kinds of cheating to boost scores. Standardized tests can be one part of a comprehensive assessment system. However, they offer just a small piece of the picture. Better methods of evaluating students and teachers' needs and progress already exist. Careful observation and documentation of student work and behaviors by trained teachers is more helpful than a one-time test. Assessment based on student performance on real learning tasks is more useful and accurate for measuring achievement and provides more information for teaching than multiple choice achievement tests. Now, back to the people who believe standardized testing is a good thing. They find that teaching to the test can be a good thing because it focuses on essential content and skills, eliminates time-wasting activities that don't produce learning gains, and motivates students to excel. Standardized tests are not narrowing the curriculum, rather they are focusing it on important basic skills all students need to master. Increased testing does not force teachers to encourage drill-and-kill ways of learning. Some have found that majority of students don't stress over tests of these kinds, just because of the fact that that's what they're used to. Students expect to take them at the end of every year, and it really doesn't bother them. Students see it as a fair way because everyone gets the same questions and they all learn the same material. I find all these opinions and answers to be true. No matter who you ask, how many people you ask, you'll always get different outlooks on standardized testing.